Hello, everybody! Hooray! Time for Dind D&D. All right. Oh, so thrilled. We're gonna have such a good time. We always do. Switch us over to 7, folks. Oh, Papu. And Mariah. And we're good. Yes. Okay. We have proper numbers for our characters and our levels and everything else. It looks like it didn't grab that, so let me quickly tell OBS to grab the right nameplates and the build outs for characters. Well, lovely to have you all here, players and viewers. Um, episode 6. Cruising by. Episode 6 already. Of Provenance. There we go. Here we go. Let's get everyone's proper classes and everything.
Nice to be leveled up.
Yeah. We'll do a little name, little cool little name thing here in the character spot too, because we have full length characters in it now. Thank you, Steph, for building out those legs for everybody. And updated info there too. Yeah. Going through, I'm like, oh, a couple. Isn't that nice? And I've got it set to match everyone's height, their actual height as a character compared to everyone else's as it cycles through. Yeah, we had some folks get some nice armor too. I was like, oh yeah, better update that. Excellent. But here we are, ready for episode 6, ready to dig in. Let me go back and double check our chat and see if there's anything else I want to cover that I missed. Oh yeah. Um, where were we? So, for our viewers and players, as we return here, into episode 6, it's been 2 full weeks in game since our last session. The governor has been making some progress, thankfully, towards tracking down the um, the alchemist, closing in on the alchemist over these past couple weeks. The city is in a somewhat state of fear, as there have been several attacks around town by Stonecurst over these past couple of weeks. However, there are still many that are far more focused on the centennial celebration of the Sundering taking place tonight. In fact, tonight at midnight will mark exactly 100 years since the Sundering took off. Um, yeah, so that's sort of where we are. I'll cover a little bit of what everyone's been up to over these past past couple of weeks. Um, Ignatius hard at work, picking right up on that job from the Cartographers Guild to go map out the caves where our adventurers had just been, having given the governor and everyone the clues that there was some stuff afoot up there. They set up a number of jobs to go out there, coupled with the Adventurers Guild to be safe. Map it out. Ignatius and a team of other volunteers. Ignatius, I believe, accompanied by Eris, Shar, Kethri, and Ash. And then a number of other volunteers in a cartographers guild coupled with adventurers. Mapped it all out in about the cave networks there. It took about 6 days. 2 days of travel up, 6 days of mapping, and then another 2 days of travel back. There were some finds there. Ignatius's team probably came across another little hovel with more, a much earlier stage of one of those ritual circles. Very rude compared to the one that you all came across together. Um, and the governor also believes that um, they are expecting something from their kind of one by one removing places where the alchemist has been and can go to maintain their privacy and secrecy. Um, I believe Ash did a fair bit of. In fact, Ash set up a tent on Adventurers Row, paid for the permit and everything, two-person tent to go do some of those tarot readings for the past couple, over the days that she wasn't helping Ignatius. Shar on her days not assisting, um, down at the Fighters Guild, I believe, using the track there, doing a lot of running coursework and other training to do with that. And I believe that Chloe and Ash had a moment. Did you all end up role playing that out beforehand? No? Okay. All right.
I
Then
just
Not with
gave,
work and stuff. Yeah.
and I just gave the basic information that Chloe would have felt comfortable telling Nash. So Steph
Okay.
has that information.
If she has it, perfect, perfect. All right. And Grisura, let me see, that was later here. Grisura caught a cold. Yeah. A little under the weather for a while. Did some research and spell research and some general research on petrification, which I'd come in to see. Did I miss anyone? I think that's everybody. Yeah. Been a busy couple weeks. And now that we are back here today at the top of the session, you find that you've all received over the past evening summons to the governor's estate for this morning. This morning, again, being the 29th, the last day of the year. The summons has you all meeting at 10:30 in the morning, the 29th here, year 99. And yeah, so without much further ado, I'll have you all sort of congregate, assuming everyone's going to get there roughly on time, to meet the governor. You all arrive at not the estate, but again the administrative building. You're all kind of corralled into a side office where you're told to await the governor, and it doesn't take too long. Of course, for Benevolence de Grey to arrive, hurriedly rushing in with a couple of aides at her sides. Yes, all right, good. I'm so thankful that you've all yes, this is all of you. Good. Um, work to be done. Where to start? Right, close the door, please, and aides close the door. Here's where we stand. The alchemist, as they're calling themselves now, has made contact. They're attempting to extort the city with a number of demands under threat of absolute devastation here in the evening of the celebration, centennial celebration. We can't, for so many reasons, we can't allow this. We had narrowed them down to what we believe was their main base of operations, not far outside of the city, well hidden in the in Folly Hills. I think they're running out of places to go, and they know they're trapped, cornered. But I fear it's made them more dangerous. There've been a number of, as you likely know, attacks around the city. We don't know what they have planned, but we know they have the means to do a great deal of damage. I would implore you, we're stretched very thin. Detectives working every angle. Guards, double, triple shifts on patrol. We will not be able to stop people from celebrating tonight. We won't. As much as we've tried to curb things. Nor should we have to live in fear of terrorists like this, but there's a lead that I have no one to send to, and it's promising. It just came in. I wanted to update you and see if I could task you with heading to the local alchemy store on Adventurers Row. Had a break-in last night. A great deal was stolen. Perhaps you can examine the crime scene, see if you can extrapolate any leads. I feel that you have simply been our best team with this, and I want to apprehend them before this evening, for the celebration tonight. I don't want them to get away, or more, at least be able to figure out what they're after and stop whatever they're planning for this evening. Yes. We'll of course see that you're paid handsomely. I believe we can offer another 150 gold per person. Just to see that this taken care of. What say you?
Catherine hears money and she's like thinking to herself, "Oh, that would get me so much yarn. That would give me the brand new yarn that I just saw last week." So she's just like,
Mhm. Wonderful, wonderful. She just sees that and it takes it as an acceptance for everyone. Perfect. Thank you so much. If we come up with any other leads, we'll pass them your way. Oh, yes, here in preparation, just in case, as you've had so much success in encountering at least whatever the alchemist has left behind, and snaps her fingers to one of the aides. They pick up a sort of a wicker basket, pop open the top, and there is a standard healing potion for everybody. Slides out to each person, so make sure you each put a standard healing potion in your inventory, just in case. Let's hope things don't get nasty. Very well. Yes. Well, that's all. More meetings. We must stop the alchemist. Thank you all very much, and keep me posted if you encounter anything. I can send assistance, whatever need be done. Reach out for a guard. Reach out. Will get in touch with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And just nods several times. Mostly to Catherine, who's the one that acknowledged, like just focusing, like, everyone's gonna accept now, and heads out with the two aides, leaving you two in the office to chat a minute or two if you want before heading to the alchemist tour.
I didn't mean to accept on our behalf, but money.
I mean,
Okay.
the money's nice.
Plus,
Mhm.
Helping the town, I'm all for. So I don't. Yeah,
Hmm.
let's get.
Well,
things
that
going.
too, of course. Yeah,
Sure.
helping.
Sure.
Rosora, is something the matter?
No, I'm. Yeah, I'm glad we're helping.
Okay.
Alchemist store, right?
Yes, investigation. Yep.
as Ignatius says.
We've been there a few times though, right?
Mhm.
Yes, shopping, and our first stop before heading out to the first encounter with these.
I hope
Stones.
our alchemy practitioners are safe. But okay, yeah, let's go.
And
All right.
head out to the city. 10:30 a.m.
Oh,
It's a frigid day. On being the 29th of December, yay. Very light snowfall. There's been snow on and off for the past several weeks, so there's like 5-6 inches of snow everywhere on the ground, but fresh inch of snow on top of that. Little tiny flurries just sputtering down. You begin navigating the slippery streets of the city over to Adventurers Row, relocate the alchemy shop, where you've been several times. One by one, you pile into the alchemy shop. You can see the front window completely smashed out. As you enter, it's tough to even picture this as the same place, as shelves have been knocked over, bins broken and scattered. It looks like a bull ran through here and just tore the place up. Um, you hear some sweeping in the back room. Door seems to be open to that. This is behind the counter, sort of a room in the back with the door open. You just hear the sweeping from around the corner in that room.
hello.
Hello.
Hi.
And the old woman that helped you out before comes in. Oh, so terribly sorry. You can see, I simply can't sell you anything today.
Oh, we're not here to buy anything. But we're here to help. Find out what happened.
Oh, all right. I'm glad they sent someone. Um, what can I answer for you? What can I do to help you?
What was, and as he's asking this, he's going to be looking around the shop to find what would appear to be the most expensive piece of broken machinery or apparatus, and he'll cast mending on it.
You see some. You remember on the back shelf there, she had a beautiful kit, like an antique alchemy kit. It might not have been the nicest, but it was probably her Mima's and their Mima's. Um, it's definitely spent a little bit of time mending that up. The little pieces, beakers, the swirls, and everything. Oh dear, you're a saint. Thank you. That's been in my family for quite some time.
Catherine would have gone over after seeing Ignatius start that and like, oh shit, maybe I should do something too. And she'll try to assist because she also has mending.
Nice. I'm gonna do.
Missoura also has mending, but is completely not wise enough to realize that she should probably do that as well. So instead, Grisura will just blithely ask the question, what's the most valuable thing that was stolen or disappeared? Do you know? Is it
Yes, probably. There were. The whole place is torn asunder, but only 4 items were stolen in the end. Probably the most expensive would be either the basilisk breath bundles. So we got some fresh ones. Yes, from Starbridge, or the ironwood heart. Um,
perhaps perhaps I've asked the wrong question. If only four things left, is there a single potion or alchemical product that is made using those four things?
not those four together, but they all are often used for similar purposes. our emetic wax was cleaned out, and that helps um delay the onset. When sometimes when you're working with a more complicated alchemical arrangement, you don't want things happening too quickly, and you can offset the start of a chemical reaction with emetic wax. They all lend towards ritual work, I should say. The lavender sprig makes alchemical works more stable, easier to work with over long periods of time. The basilisk breath, I believe, you're familiar with. I believe we discussed this can not only work in potions to depetrify others, but also in potions intended to force petrification, depending on how it's brewed. And lastly, the ironwood heart. That one is probably the most rare. It can be used for a number of things, namely growth, exponential growth. Some wizards use it to create flasks of enlargement. Others use it in other potions just to increase size or the rate of growth for something's natural growth state. But the other two pieces are very ritual based. There's plenty just destroyed that can't be used now, but nothing else was taken. I don't understand why they had to go through the shop like this. They just wanted to take the 4 things.
They'll turn the Ignatius will turn the others. That makes sense. What we were told before. They're looking to make larger versions of these abominations. Not good.
Well, I would have tried to find footprints onto where they could have gone to. So
Yeah.
can I go ahead and make an investigation? Would it be?
Absolutely.
Yeah, investigation.
Yeah.
Oh, good roll. Good roll. 17 total.
Okay. Let's see. You definitely see a number of footprints in and out. People probably, come in to go to the shop and get turned around, turned away without anything here. But you're very careful to assess, like, the back room. She's fine having you investigate right throughout. You don't see any forced entry anywhere. No one's sneaking in and out elsewhere. They probably came in through that big window. But it's just mixed in with all the other foot traffic and the snow, and that fresh snow is, might have covered up. This seemed to happen last night. But with your investigation, you pick up, like, maybe they were trying to cover, what they were looking for by tossing everything. There's some ulterior reason for trying to smash everything instead of just grabbing the four items. One other thing of note would be that, while these are very useful for rituals, they require more components, competing components that would likely be found. I'm not at liberty to sell here for simply the potential of these components are kept under lock and key. Too volatile, too dangerous. Typically stored at the Twilight Academy under lock and key. The students use them sometimes in their works, and professors and such, but they'll need those if they're looking to do any ritual work with these sorts, especially with the Ironwood Heart. It's incredibly unstable unless you have some wizard's workings as well, and including the components that would be kept under lock and key at Twilight Academy. I don't know how I'm going to recoup these losses.
We'll help with, with whatever we can.
I simply appreciate you being here and asking after an old woman like me. I'll make things work if worse has happened.
Ash?
Can I insight check her to see if
Yeah,
like,
I was
something
gonna
has
say.
happened?
I was gonna say, can I
Wow.
insight
Absolutely.
check?
Why are we insight checking her? She's just flirting with
Oh.
Ignatius. There's nothing suspicious about that.
Eris
That's
feels
like
bad.
the least suspicious thing.
Just wanted to
Eris?
see how honest she's being. I rolled a 3.
A 3, okay, very honest. Chloe?
I rolled a 14.
Yeah, she seems to be, she's really dismayed and pretty heartbroken. But you can tell that she's definitely, maybe back when she first started this business or when she took it over from family, she's definitely been through a hard time or two and come out on top. Just sort of trying to rally herself in the middle of this despair. But seems genuine. Ash, did you have something? You might be muted.
Mike was muted.
Oh, okay.
Seeing that the whole store was tossed, and I don't take this personally, but would you have any rivals? Anyone
Oh.
that would maybe want the components, but also want to mess up your store?
There's always up and comers. I've got a really good spot here. My mother had this spot, and her father before her. The store's been here and established for quite some time. There's many that have stalls and not storefronts that perhaps, but none that I can think wished ill will or would seek do this.
And you haven't seen anyone suspicious around the store recently, like scoping it out or anything?
No one acting suspiciously, but it's adventurers from all over. Many, no offense to you all, but many adventurers seem a bit suspicious on their own.
Oh.
Very, secretive demeanors, darkness in their eyes and such.
Ash looks momentarily like put it back, like okay.
Hmm.
I see. I see.
I wish. I do hope you find who gets to the bottom of this. I feel if there's any forwarding hopes or leads that from here would simply be if they haven't gone after the other components at Twilight Academy yet, then they will. As they're going to need them for any sort of stabilizing ritual, especially with these other components.
But you would think they could defend themselves, but a word of warning certainly couldn't hurt. We should go there after. Go there afterwards, I think.
Agreed.
Grisera finally notices that there's mending happening. Starts to mend.
Oh, thank you, dear. You're all very sweet. I appreciate that. Next time you come in, please. I'll be back on my feet. Given a month or so, and I'll make sure we get some sort of treat for all of you.
I really want her to wink at Ignatius when she says that, but I know that the whole flirting thing was just in Grisera's head. So, anyways.
Nice.
So Grisura's kind of looking back and forth for something to happen, and then okay.
Y'all have anything else you'd like to do here? Okay, what would you like to do next?
I think Ignatius will say, I think we should follow Grisura's idea. I think they need to be warned at the Twilight Academy.
Oh, one more thing, she says as you start to. There is. I was so shocked at every disaster in here that I entirely forgot. My mastercraft set of distilling tools and mixing equipment was stolen as well. And let's see, so Catherine, yeah, yes.
My pardon. What is a mastercraft mixing tool? Don't you just use a stick?
Oh.
No.
Nice. Perhaps
Like she's
a long
mending
time-
something
yeah.
and then says no. Like she's so offended.
So,
It goes
I-
back to mending.
Understand, Grisura's coming in like 70% curiosity and 90% naivete.
Nice.
I love it.
Oh, sorry if I offended. I didn't understand. Okay, I'm sorry.
This is
She's mending away.
nice. I guess for you to already know Mastercraft stuff, there's different levels of tools. Mastercraft is the highest. They give the highest chance for success, and give like other bonuses on top of that to the finished product. They're hard
On
to
her
come
wish
by.
list.
Yes, that's all. I promise. I think. No, that's it. I wish you the best of
You
luck.
Does the storekeeper look anything like Peter Falk? Since we had Columbo in Stormfall.
That's amazing. I'm very awesome.
Columbo.
Then yes, nice. One more thing.
My husband was a detective.
Amazing. Awesome. Okay, so you all set out on the road for Twilight Academy. Making way further, so a little peaceful travel music. That's what we're doing. It's just peaceful travel.
Oh, sure.
Nothing to be concerned about.
Mm.
I'll put this
No.
Absolutely.
Absolutely nothing.
Here we go. Nice. Okay. All right, you find your way to Twilight Academy. Is there anyone in particular? Now that you're here, you think, what would you like to do? Talk to a clerk, or ask for the dean, or what would you like to do?
Grisura wants to ask for the one that she's met twice, but Grisura has forgotten the names. So, and it is the dean, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think Grisura's forgotten that too. So we're going to be like, the one with the fish room.
Oh, as a clerk. Oh, yeah, yes, dean. Very well. May I ask if she's expecting all of you, or should I give her a name?
Well, I'm Catherine, and you can tell them that they are expecting us for
Oh.
questions.
But we're on business from benevolence.
Oh, very well. Oh, very well. I will get her
too.
post haste. And they leave.
Sorry, Catherine. I'm sure your name would have gotten us into. It occurred to me that maybe.
Listen, I don't understand. I said yes, and then I answered to the group, and then now I'm just like inserting myself as like, it's fine. I don't know what's happening.
Love it.
I go back to crocheting now.
Catherine, both the center of the incompletely lost in it. I love it.
Well, here's what's going on. There's an alchemist. Well, and they're a bad alchemist, but not you, because you're not a bad alchemist. And so Grisura starts to explain it in a way that like makes it more difficult to understand than Kethri already was having trouble understanding.
I mean, Catherine just zones out that you said that she's not a bad alchemist, and she's like, you know what? I'm not a bad alchemist. I've done like she's just now zoned out.
Okay. Well, no matter how distant looked Kethri goes, Grisura is not noticing and is continuing the
That's beautiful.
wandering diatribe.
Love it.
Excellent. Oh my gosh, this one music's a little too loud there. So sorry. Sorry, viewers. Let me get that cranked down a little more. There we go. Okay. It doesn't take too long before the dean of Twilight Academy, Aramil Aldina, shows up, and
Yeah, her. She's the one we wanted to meet.
Hurries over. Oh, yes. Welcome back, everyone. You back on Benevolence's behalf. Is there news?
Yes.
Grisura starts to say yes, and if anybody wants to jump in with a more coherent explanation, otherwise Grisura is going to give the long, windy explanation.
Chloe, after Grisura says yes, Chloe's gonna step in and explain to the information and more in
Oh.
detail.
I see. Oh, well, that's oh, dreadful. Yes. Well, let's go check. Let's check all the cabinetry for such is locked off. There's only currently 4 of us that have access. Myself, Professor Pendelman, and 2 of Professor Pendelman's students currently. Rhea Subhold, I believe, and Sengris Longfoot. I try to remember everyone's names. We'll ask the professor. Please follow me.
Fine. Lots of people forget people's names.
Yes. That's awesome. And you hustle through the hallways around bustling students and everything. Before you come to pass several classrooms down a long corridor of hall of classrooms on either side, lockers. You come to a storage room that is currently locked, and she leans to the classroom next. The doors open, empty classroom, but there is a professor inside. Professor Pendleton, Pentleman rather. Do you have a moment, please? They kind of grumble their way over. Human gentleman, maybe early 50s. Very scruffy, big eyebrows, big hair, big beard. Yeah, no, I've some Saturday. And looking at all of you. Yes, well, we just wanted to check who the students that have access to this room, and would you mind opening it if you have your keys on you? Mine are in my office. Yeah, starts unlocking the door. Rhea Subhold, top 2 students, Rhea Subhold and Sengris Longfoot. Why? And you open up the door, and immediately you can tell that this place has been going through not quite the level of destruction that the last business had, but things undone, uncorked, poured out, dumped over, toppled, thrown across the floor. Professor Pendleton.
Damn it.
Nice. Get your students. Bring them here. Yes, Dean. Yes. Hustles off to go get those 2 students. Let's assess, shall we? You were saying that they took, she renames the ingredients, so they would need gestures rack by rack, stopping on several that are empty. Yes. It looks like someone has indeed been busy. Those components have indeed been taken. All right. If they still have them, perhaps we can locate objects if they have. Let me work.
Did you not?
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
Did you not have any, magical spells placed on the room or the components to protect them?
Oh, there were, indeed.
So whoever did this was able to break through.
Either.
Obviously.
Yes, they were either able to dismantle the spellwork, which would be, I mean, these aren't national treasures, but they are controlled substances, so a fair bit of security is placed, or why I'm summoning the students. Exactly, Ignatius. I mean, I know it wasn't me. What's that called?
Can I do another insight check on this dude?
Go
Because
for
he sounds.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm not gonna say it, but he's being sus. But something else. Oh, never mind. He's good.
Nice.
9.
Yeah, she seems to be, on the up and up. Concern after hearing what this, what's the threat is for tonight. Let me do a full assessment and see what else might be missing while we wait for the professor to return. And if they still have this on them, at least in the original beakers, I can locate the objects. And
that's helpful.
Perfect.
yes. First assessment, she goes to start cataloging. Meanwhile, the Professor Pentelman, returns. There's one student with him. I'm back, Dean. I found Rhea subhold. Sengris doesn't have any coursework today, but I put out a notice to his family to see if they can send him in, or at least pass sending and get in touch. No response on my initial sending to him. But Rhea's here, and the dean's gonna give some questions, and Rhea seems to answer. No, it wasn't me. A human woman, maybe mid-20s or so. Standing 5'3" or so, short tousled brown hair. No, I wouldn't jeopardize my future. I've been working so hard just to get in here. There's no way I'd break in and I have access.
While we're asking them questions, Eris is standing behind the person who's asking, just looming.
Nice.
And I will make an intimidation check to intimidate these small people
Nice.
into telling the truth. Hey.
Perfect.
16.
Okay.
So she's just there, just.
I swear. My parents would kill me. Also, like, I'm an alumni. Not alumni. What do you call it when your next generation goes in?
Legacy.
Thank you. I'm a legacy. Oh, they'd kill me. I had nothing to do with this. The last time I was here was 3 days ago for class when we needed components.
I'm not rolling insight because Grisura, but is anybody rolling insight?
Yeah.
Ash will.
Okay, anyone that wants to. we'll
Grisura
start.
heard there's gonna be a new spell, so Grisura has her book out, is sitting cross-legged and waiting to see this locate object spell happen. And is like completely not following the conversation.
I love that.
Will everybody get help from the intimidation?
I don't need help. I just rolled a natural 20 for
No.
a total of 22.
Oh, nice,
so.
nice. Not for
Nice.
the insight, but that's definitely freaking them out. It might assist other things. It'll lower the DC if nothing else. Okay, Chloe got a 22. Ash,
16.
16. Ignatius,
6.
and someone else rolling. Okay, all right. Yeah, she seems to be honest for everybody. All three of you are definitely registering. You can see there's fear from Eris, there's fear from like her parents. You can tell she talks about it, like getting into the school was a big thing for her and her parents, and she wouldn't jeopardize it. She seems on the up and up, and the professor and the dean seem to agree and tell her to, don't leave town. Basically, stay. If we have questions, be present. She lives on campus, so it won't be that hard to get her.
That 20 wasted.
Well,
No, not really.
it's
No, you're confirmed. Yeah.
yeah, it's not her.
Ignatius seeing Eris looming is going to play the good cop and go over and sort of like, listen, you're not in any trouble. It's you're here, so that pretty much lends to your credibility. Anything unusual about Sendris in the past few weeks? Has he been skittish?
Sort of singers every week.
Oh,
Unusual.
Sort of a person of bad habits.
I mean, he has a sort of a different outlook on things than a lot of other people have.
How so?
I don't know.
Pessimistic.
He's just offbeat when we're doesn't really. He says some of the strangest things sometimes, and he'll just blurt it out. I was like, wait, we were talking about something else, and then you kind of threw that out. And it's sort of an odd sense of humor, a little, again, offbeat. I guess he just kind of like, marches to his own drum kind of thing, like just a little different. I wouldn't say anything bad. He's really good with his studies. He's top of the class with me. We're always competing grade wise. But he's been, he's done a bunch of different work in his past. He doesn't really talk about his family that much, but I know that he's at internships all over town. He's worked at with the alchemist for a while. He's worked with at the Fox's Fiddle. He's worked at he was an apprentice blacksmith for a while. He's just, he's a wizard at heart and loves magic, but he's just really picked up a lot of different skills. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but he's just a little offbeat, I guess.
Well, something stood out. What did he say that stood out to you? I mean, at the time, I'm sure you're like, you don't think it's important, but it might be important now.
It's not so much that he said anything. He just gets kind of caught up in whatever is his interest in the moment, like really caught up in things, and then moves on to the next and just gets really caught up. I think magic and wizardry is maybe one of the only ones that have stuck for him. Not a bad guy, just he said unusual, and that just kind of clicked for me. Like, it's not like the usual person for sure. That's he never says anything like threatening or violent. I'd be really surprised if he had anything to do with this. The theft here, like he's, always been on the up and up as far as the law goes. Just he doesn't think in the same way I think that most of us think. I guess maybe is the best way to put it.
Interesting. Oh,
I don't know if that's helpful or more confusing. I'm real sorry.
that's
Let's
all right.
back
It's
up at
just
Eris.
your observation. That's all it is.
um,
We should look for him, and he could be in danger. Could I don't know.
the dean comes over and will probably excuse Rhea Subhole. Tell the professor to stay nearby, because she's probably gonna want to talk to the professor too. The professor also had access. He goes back into the classroom right next door. And she closes the door over with all of you in there. Well, there's a couple other items, ritual components missing, but these are vary from the others. The two that are missing are really only used for one thing, and that is activating newly crafted golem.
Makes sense.
But not so much the type that nothing stone cursed or otherwise. These are like the golems at the Golem Guild. And there's wizards that have run a golem guild for like heavy construction, other things like that. And I don't know any other use for that. So this happened under our nose. We weren't even aware of it. Might wish to check out the Golden Guild, see if they have had any thefts or break-ins, or if not, warn them that might be expecting one.
Okay, indeed.
We don't want them to get a hold of one of those golems. Those are incredibly large and destructive force. I worry that might have something to do with whatever those threats are tonight. The rest of this is, as the alchemist said, the other components that were stolen help bind and prolong rituals so you can perform more intricate dilutions and such. Very likely required for that alchemical circle that you discovered in the caves. They would have needed components such as these.
Not good. Well, can you do that thing? What you being
Yes.
Ignatius, sort of kind of being like ignorant about it.
Yeah.
Whatever you were going to do there.
It's a simple locate object spell, and begins building out the spell with her hands, and some chanting. And nice. It's also just real close to the edge of the spell work. Beautiful. You actually grasp quite a bit of this, because this is a second level spell, so this is not anything hyper advanced for you at all. Takes
I'm not
about...
I'm not looking to like learn it by watching, because that seems a stretch. But
No,
I mean,
no.
if it looks cool, then I think Grisero would probably look to buy it down the road. But
Nice.
mostly just being in character here.
Yes, well, this there's a little forked twig that the magic is cast on, and then she begins describing the objects that the vials that these were held in, as they each have sort of a printed number on them. And let's see, 1,000 feet. Okay, I have a reading, but this is still on the school grounds. I suppose prepare yourselves and we'll head there together.
What do you mean prepare ourselves?
Well, if the person that has them still has them on their person when we arrive, they might want to attack. If they're the alchemist or working for the alchemist.
At least we could hopefully stop whoever it is before they get the stuff to wherever they're going.
I certainly hope so.
The chase is afoot.
Question.
Yes.
Go, you finish. When they mention like just be ready, could I? Because at that, Catherine wants to like hold her weapon in her hand, and she will keep it there, but wants to activate her blood curse.
Oh, yeah. Means it lasts.
We do that. Okay.
For all. Go for it if you want.
Yep. It lasts as long as the weapon stays in her hand.
Nice. Absolutely. Magic
Cool.
sizzles around the weapon.
I
Beautiful.
take damage with that, but she'll be like nonchalant about it.
Oh, slice.
Whatever.
Awesome.
Again, Tasha, don't end up like Molly. That's all I have to
Nope.
say.
Nope. I'm too like cute for that.
All right. The dean begins hustling down the hallways, with all of you in tow, and you navigate a smaller inner courtyard. Every so often, because the structure is so big, they have these inner courtyards with some greenery. And as you're passing through, can I have everyone make a perception check for me? You're walking through a bit of a
Good grief. What is going on?
shielded overpass. Grisura, let me know what you get.
15.
15, okay. Ash?
18.
Okay, Ignatius?
21.
Nice. Shar?
14. Also, we should do DM inspo.
Yes. Thank you. Catherine?
She's too involved with invoking this
Mm-hmm.
crimson rites
Mm-hmm.
that she rolled a natural 1 and is also too focused on like shit. She has to stop crocheting her detective cap.
Man, I gotta see. Nice.
Paper cut. Yep.
That's awesome. Eris?
16.
Nice. And Clow?
I also rolled a 14.
Okay. Everyone with a 15 or higher will immediately pick up on the smell, the acrid smell of leftover residue. And you'll see behind a bush nearby shattered bottles. Looks like you don't see any poured or spilled components. They probably poured it into a different container knowing that these are trackable and smashed the others. Have them here, but no one nearby. You all do a careful scan. Everyone with 15 or above can tell. All right, well that's a letdown. I'm going to go back and speak with the professor some more. You're welcome to come back with me, or if you have other things to pursue with the Golem Guild or otherwise, I can keep you posted with a mental message. My plan is to put the professor under the zone of truth and ask them if they had anything to do with this to put an end to that.
Did you say Golem Guild?
Yes.
That sounds amazing.
It's a wonderful place. Very interesting the work they do with the golems there, yes.
What are golems exactly?
Oh, the animated humanoid structures. You can make them from clay or mud or stone, different component, different materials. Some more advanced ones. There's some in the wild that have been made by mages of the past, but
Oh.
a number of different levels of power and potential destruction based on what the type that you make.
Oh, fancy.
Yes. They usually have a control wand that allows you to control their behaviors and gives them basic commands anyway. Well, if you wish to come with me, please do. Otherwise, I will send you a message as soon as I've put the professor under the zone of truth. If you wish me under the zone of truth before you leave, so you'll know for certain, because we never can tell. Let me do that. So she's gonna cast it on herself. But so I don't think any of you can cast it, because if any of you can cast it, you know whether or not they succeed or fail, or anything like that.
No.
I mean, this person's already highly recommended you're kind of doing this like to clear it, but they'll put it under. All right, please ask me something that I wouldn't want to give perhaps an honest answer to those I'm not that familiar with. Then ask me if I had anything to do with this.
What's your favorite color?
Oh, that's
cerulean blue.
it's not really. I don't. What's your worst fear?
But tonight at midnight, another sundering takes place.
Cool.
Straight to me.
Wait, that's not cool, is it? Sorry.
Do you like your job?
Oh, I love my job.
What you would ask.
Yes. Well, okay. Ask me then if you feel comfortable with that. Please ask me if I had anything to do with the theft or any knowledge.
What are you planning against the city?
Absolutely nothing. I have only the best in mind for this wonderful city.
Seems cheerful.
Who stole the reagents?
I wish I knew, but I do not. It was not I. I have no knowledge of who it was, although I have to imagine it was the professor, or Sengris Longfoot, or someone with enough skill to hear, that likely works here or attends the school, that had enough knowledge to bypass all the magical security.
Did you ever get a quality rubbing from Emilio at the Sex Workers Guild?
Nice. For which? Oh, Amelia.
Amelia.
Let's do the roll. Not Amelia.
Fair enough.
You see her blush a little bit.
Yeah, definitely Ignatius would wink.
I trust you all. Okay now with this. All right. Well, I'm going to get to work with the professor, and I will send you a message as soon as I put him through the zone of truth. If we get anything on Sengris Longfoot, I will also send you a message.
Indeed. I guess our only lead is the Golem Guild, I guess.
With a guild.
To the guild. All right, let's go ahead and do that sweet DM in spell.
Okay.
What's with me and 12s tonight? What in the world? This is like the third 12 I rolled.
No.
Anyway.
Nice. 12 from Mariah.
It's not a 1.
That's true.
12 is fine. 12's
I think
over.
this dice is loaded. But anyway, sorry for jumping the gun.
That's
Dan.
okay. No, it's all right. We'll go backwards this time then. So next would be Sam.
17.
Tasha.
Also a 12, and just to note, Catherine has not put up her weapon. She will keep it out.
Okay, nice. Lil.
14.
Okay. Frank.
14.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Steph.
A lot of twinsies.
17.
Oh, all right. And Warren. A 14?
Oh my God, 3 14s.
My goodness. Well, that'd be
Roll a
cool
14.
if it
Roll a
was
14. Roll a
like a 3-way tie. But it's a 2-way tie with the 12s. Because I rolled a 9. So.
Nice.
Which is a D6 currently. D6 for
So-
anything but a death saving throw.
Just to let you know,
Mhm.
just for, well, not to let you know, but for clarification, Lily and I, since we both rolled a 12, will get the inspiration? Or?
Yes.
That was me.
That was, yeah, it was.
Petri and
So
Chloe.
you'll both get it. Yep, because it was a tie.
Oh, okay.
Mhm,
Never
mhm.
mind.
You and Tasha.
Wait. Lily, what'd you roll? I'm mad about
14.
missing.
You got a
You rolled a
14.
14. Okay, I
Mhm.
misunderstood you. So okay, so
They're twins.
It's the other sister.
What are you gonna do?
I know, mixing up the
That's
twins.
awesome.
I would say
Okay.
the southern twins, but I consider me be part of the Midwest. But anyway, let's continue before I go on a rant.
You continue. You exit the Twilight Academy, finding your way over to the Golem Guild. On the way over, you get a message from the dean that says "Professor's in the clear. Thoroughly vetted with the Zone of Truth." And that the dean is going to, along with the professor, head over to Stengris Longfoot's home. They have not responded to their sending message sent to him. Meanwhile, you show up at the Golem Guild, and it's a rather large, sort of a factory building, a warehouse building. And there's a couple flights of there's a flight of stairs up that you go into an office up above, and they greet you. A dwarven gentleman in his mid-40s or so, with really kind of a bright brown hair, super curly, greets you. Yeah, welcome. How can I help you? I don't recognize you from any construction crews. How can I help you today? What can I do you for?
Have you experienced any thefts?
We're investigators.
Okay.
Detecting stuff. Detectiving.
I'm less
Detectiving?
convinced by the word, but what do you? I'm sorry. I don't think I can answer that without knowing who you're detecting on behalf of. If we have rivals.
Who's in charge?
and such.
The governor.
The gov. Oh.
Benevolence to Grace or Catherine, depending on who you talk to.
Correct.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Catherine. Nice to meet you.
Hi. It's nice to meet you too. Right. The governor's. Yeah. Well, come on in. Well, we have. Yes, I guess is the short
Have you-
answer.
Oh, okay. Now we're getting to it.
Yeah. But it sounds like you're already aware of it.
No, we're not aware of your theft. We're aware of other thefts happening that
means
led us here. Because the items that were stolen from another place here at the college had something to do with golem control. So we are checking with you to see if you had any thefts, and it seems that you have. So what was stolen?
Well, it's a whole base column was stolen.
Right.
Activation stone, control rod, and the base golem.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. This doesn't have anything to do with the alchemist, though, does it? Like, there have been so many attacks around town recently.
I wouldn't worry about it. Can you show us where it was stolen from?
That.
Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, come on back, come on back. And brings you step to the back room. That's just this huge ass open factory warehouse in the back. And
While they're walking, sorry, go ahead.
just that there's, it's steamy in here. There's a lot of steam from some of the pseudo machinery that's used in the crafting process. There's that wet kind of copperish smell and taste to the air. He brings you downstairs to start navigating the warehouse. What you got, Ash?
Okay, just while they were walking, Ash would have asked him, so why were you so concerned if it had something to do with the alchemist?
Because there's been so many attacks.
Sure. Well, you said it's like this hasn't have anything to do with the alchemist, does it? Or were you okay, it just seemed it showed kind of like anyone that's walking near her will be like, it just seemed kind of a weird way to ask.
Well, it sounded like there's a bunch of thefts, and this is just one in a line of them, you were saying? And it got me worried. A lot of what the alchemist does is kind of close to some of the stuff we do here. Is my kind of connection between the two. I know the stone cursed are a whole different thing. I was there at the festival, mind you. I saw that take place, and it was ferocious. Oh my gosh. But yeah.
Did Longfeet work here at some point?
No, I don't. Can't say I know. A Longfeet. I'm sorry.
Long.
Fellow named Cendrus Longfoot.
It should be Longfeet, but I think they call him Longfoot.
No, I'm so sorry. I don't recognize that name.
I mean, I wouldn't either if it was grammatically incorrect, but okay. Said that out loud. Oops.
Ring continues you down. Are you saying it is like to Ash now? Like, I mean, the whole city's been talking about the alchemists. All these attacks left and right. They've been building up more and more over the past couple weeks.
I mean, I looks at Ignatius.
It's well, yes.
These golems are huge.
That's not great to hear.
That's why I didn't want to tell you.
Yeah, it's a scary thing. So that's why we're kind of running around in a mad dash, trying to track down all these leads. Anybody in the factory acting weird? Was it a run-of-the-mill, if there is such a thing, break-in where they just broke into the building, or was there any sign, or did they just somehow just got in the building?
Well, it's interesting because, we lock up real tight. We've got some pretty extensive, we don't really use any magic in our security. Because we have a couple golems that do patrol inside and around, the warehouse at night. Like that's the extent of the magic. We have really pretty sophisticated locks, but none of them were busted. So we're not really sure. Well, not sure how they came in. Let me take you down a little further, and they show you this bay that's like 25 feet tall, like 15 feet wide, and 30 feet deep. This is where the base golem was being stored. It's gone. Walks you down to the next bay, and standing in it is like a 20-some foot, 22-foot base golem. Like, this is what that base golem looks like. and it is crude. It's like a skeletal frame that's had some reinforcement of rebar kind of built out in the shape of like arms and the legs. 22 feet tall, torso's like 6.5 feet thick. It's just a big crude machine. This is just sort of the inner skeleton and such. The other one was, you apply whatever you're going to apply to it from here, and there's a procedure that we go through beyond that. But here's where they left. We think, almost as jokingly, as you round a corner and you see in the back just a hole in the wall with the golem marked out. There's no door there. There's no door or anything here, so it's not like they got in this way. But it's definitely how they got out.
Picturing a cartoon cutout, you know.
Pretty much, yeah.
just kept on walking.
But the thing is, it didn't trip any of the other golems on duty, and we have neighbors, people that live here. There's other business. We asked around. No sign of that golem once they got outside. So I don't know how they made it. I don't know if they made it really tiny or made it disappear, or I don't know what they did. Oh, yeah.
That's one thing. We'll look at the others. It's one thing that was stolen. Was things that could make things smaller or bigger?
Yeah, you're right.
From the alchemy shop. So that could be something.
Yeah.
The only clues that we've really found here are outside. I'll just take you around, I guess, since we're outside now. And you're in the outer part of the building, having walked through that big hole. And you loop around the back corner, and there's a lot of snow around, but here's footprints. They look like they kind of cased around a little bit and returned here, but it's mixed with we're not sure what it is. It's like a gray kind of box tainted with snow. You can see, and you look down, and there's a set of tracks, even though there's a little fresh snow. It does have this kind of grayish, not quite clay, but some sort of other earth mixed in with the snow where they were walking around. And it stops at this window, which might be a misty step, or, there's a bunch of things that you can do with line of sight. So, but we don't really know what that is. We were hoping that the detectives were, going to come out. The boss is trying to keep it on the low. For whatever business purposes, but I don't think he knew it had anything to do with the alchemist. We're hoping they can figure out what this material is, maybe get an idea of where the person came from, what was on their shoes that left us behind.
Any of y'all do that know things about alchemy?
A survival or nature check. This is some sort of
things that
earth
Ash
duck
knows.
hunt. Nice. You could try alchemy too. You could try alchemy, survival, nature, investigation.
If someone who knows something about alchemy could try out, take a look at the outlook, take a look with Arcana.
I see. Yeah, if I see Ash, yeah.
Before
I'll
you
do a survival. Go ahead.
Just for Ash, before you do a check, you'll already detect there's no Arcana coming off of it. In case you wanted to make that an investigation or something instead. Like, just
make
what
an
is this stuff?
investigation.
Okay. All right. So Ignatius, you're making a survival.
Survival check. Yeah.
Okay. And Ash, investigation. Anyone else?
Mm-hmm.
Investigation otherwise? Guthrie?
I can do an alchemy.
Go for it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do a separate investigation.
Investigation. Anyone else?
While everybody is examining this, I'm going to be watching the guy who's been leading us around.
Oh.
Ooh. Good.
So I'll like insight him.
What would you like to kind of like
just
assess?
kind of like why on earth is he so freaked out besides the obvious? Like, oh, this has to do with the alchemist. You know, everybody's scared of that. But is there another reason why he's so nervous about us, especially about us like coming around and stuff?
Gotcha.
And would he be like, is he kind of one of the ones in charge, or is he just kind of a worker who's like, oh hey, yeah, you guys are doing whatever, let me give you a hand, sure.
Nice. Okay. All right, I'll come back around to that as well then. Let me start with Ignatius.
13.
13. Okay, that was the survival check. Okay. 13 is would be the DC. So this, you pick up snow and you kind of sift off the snow or let it melt, and it leaves behind this other type of dirt or earth in your hand. And there's a certain smell to this that you find sometimes in very, in these old ruins that you come across when they have burial grounds. There's something about plants that have grown from, dead bodies over time, decomposition and stuff like that, that have this little bit of a scent to it. There's other places, that have this out in the wild, right? There's a lot of other places where a lot of wildlife dies and other things. You can kind of pick that up. I think with a 13, that's just sort of the sense that you'd have. Let's see.
I'll relay that to the group.
Oh. And Ash, you had
19 investigation.
Okay. With that, Ash, you would kind of concur. Now, not that you've seen ruins and stuff, but sadly, you've had in your search, you've visited a lot of cemeteries. Worried that might be where everything led. This is definitely that type of smell that comes from soil from cemetery. Let's see, Kethri, you were gonna do alchemy check?
I mean, I got a 6.
Nice. Okay.
So
it's clayish dirt, very, very fertile soil of some sort. And Chloe?
I also rolled a 19.
Okay. You get the same thing. You've definitely had, walked the ground where there, had previously been a lot of death in your past. So that smell. It's when the ground's had enough time to become extra fertile with remains, and picks up the smell, sort of like cemeteries.
With the smell, Chloe would have been around Ash, and I'm gonna say Ash would notice, like, Chloe clenching her fists, just fiddling, just looking anxious. So.
All right. So you pick up on that, Ash. Just put that on your radar. And Eris. Yeah. Oh, good, Ash. If you were gonna respond to that, please go ahead.
Ash would just kind of like got a little bit closer to Chloe. What's something wrong?
With the information that I sent you, Steph, that's what. Try not to give anything away.
Sure.
Without that's
okay.
Chloe would ever leave words.
We'll just say Chloe gives Ash a look. So Ash is like, the backstory. Got it.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
And then one small detail.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
you
muted.
muted.
Never mind, Dan. I forgot what I was gonna say. So
Oh, no. Oh, okay. All right.
I will type it in this Zoom.
Okay, yeah, if you remember,
for the group.
perfect. For Eris, for your roles, you'll find that, gosh, the first role was just to see why he was so scared. It does genuinely seem like, his fear comes from the collective fear of the city. With these things, putting two and two together, like there's been a string of things, and there haven't been strings of thefts or much like that in the city beforehand. Kind of equating it to the alchemist, knowing that this golem was stolen, worried that there might, be more attacks. He seems like he's in some sort of management, but probably not the owner. In fact, he referenced the owner as a separate person. So there's probably like a boss or two above him, but he's pretty high up. Yeah. I don't know if that's any help. I'm sorry. I guess if you have more to do, let me know, but I want to go let my boss know that this might have something to do with the alchemist. Trying to keep it real quiet because of business sort of things, but I think we really need to get him off that train and get connected to detectives. Dangerous.
Could you, if you know, or do you know someone who knows, if we encounter one of these things, how do we stop it?
Honestly, a lot of times it's easier to get the control rod from the person controlling it than it is breaking down. They're kind of resistant to magic, usually. They're pretty hardy. I don't know, they're just built to take a beating. They do construction work, and they're heavy hitters. But they're not particularly, it depends on the make and model, right? Some are kind of dexterous because they need to be. Others are all about just having a lot of strength. But you get the control rod, they don't do anything without that. You get that and tell them stop, and then they stop. They don't care who has it.
That's good to know.
Okay. Oh boy.
And there is a cemetery in Zone I. There is a whole big cemetery plot.
Ash would have let the rest know about the cemetery,
Okay. I'm gonna lock up, unless you need anything else from inside, but I think that's really all I can show you. Like, I don't think there's.
Do you have a bathroom before we?
You know what?
Lock up.
We do. It's one of the few things that works well in here. Come on, I'll take you right and bring you around. With that, we'll take our bio break. Thank you, Lauren. That was beautiful.
Pulls out this big.
I hope I didn't steal your thunder. It just
no. I love it. Yeah, it's perfection.
Pulls out this big Gallimar with a key on the end.
Yeah, you gotta bring it back. Nice. All right, well, with that, we'll take our bio break. For anyone who doesn't know, we take about a 10-minute bio break, and we'll catch you on the flippity. Our audio will be hot, so feel free to chat with us if you want. Otherwise, we'll catch you soon.
I am on bag number 3 already. This is what I have so far. Sorry, chat, you can't see it, but bag number 3, and there's 7 bags with over 200 steps.
Woo!
Nice.
Dan, after I said that, I remembered, but I sent it to Steph. So.
Okay, nice. Gotta get all those hydrates in. All right, be right back.
What's for dinner, Steph?
Well, I kind of spaced my meals about a couple of hours apart because of my digestion issues. But
Gotcha.
I had some potatoes with carrots, and now I'm having some watermelon.
Ooh,
the best. Now, gotta ask: is it cooked steamed or cooked?
It's not the
The
watermelon.
no, sorry.
Oh.
The potatoes and carrots steamed or cooked?
The potato was just heated up until cooked. The carrots were steamed.
So both. Nice.
Yes.
Why do Legos have to be so complicated? I feel like we're gonna finish this before stream is over. I
I
wanted to
know
build
Skywalker. I was like, steamed watermelon? That sounds wild.
Listen, Sky Guy, I'm tired. I went to bed at around 10:30, which I was like, yes, I'm doing good. And then I woke up and I was like, darn it. It's like 1 o'clock.
Actually, might go and make some tea, so I'll be RP.
I'm gonna go get some H2O to take a gulps because I haven't drank water. Let me bring up chat. Hi, chat. This is the MP channel.
That's really good.
It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos, raining tacos. From out of the sky. Tacos. Not the tacos. I'm sorry. I just saw something on my channel trying to find this channel. Oh, Frozen Night. You want you want me to use a French accent? Well, hang on. I don't. My French accent turns into a Russian accent.
Oh, it's French?
Yeah. Bonjour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 7. 1, 2, 3, 7, 6. Hang on. I have to listen to the song. Because take a break. Run away for the summer. Let's go upstate. There we go. Okay, RB. I'm gonna go get some H2O.
Absolutely. No. You're still on that. A tiny bit. But I am. Last bit of my little place from protein. Action. More. Oops. Oh. Was that a rotator cuff? Work that mobility. I planted my foot hard.
Your muscles.
Oh.
What the heck? Okay. Do-do-do-do. Major not the. No. I got it. Oh.
You have nothing.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Now that song is in my head. Thanks, me.
Watermelon. Frank.
We are lukewarm on the trail of the alchemist.
You're doing well. It's a long trail. But
Yes.
You're doing well.
Well, I brought some help.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Detective dog.
Detective
Doggo.
Riva. It's Detective Doggo.
So cute.
I love it. Here, let's fix your hair. There, you have a mohawk. All detectives have mohawks. Nope.
Detectives
Or
get
seeing forever.
just the facts, sir. Just the facts.
Just facts.
Just the facts.
Oh, there we go. See, this is better. Mm. Oh, burger. Yeah. Okay.
Wow, Skywalker.
I know.
Jesus. It took me about 30 seconds to for my brain to work and to comprehend.
Somewhere in a Tauntaun community center, there's a wanted poster. Wanted for abuse of Tautauns.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Hey.
Water's almost there. Never the watching. You know what sounds really good right now? Dutch
What?
apple pie, hot from the oven with some nice cold golden
Ice cream.
vanilla ice cream, and all go 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 go.
That
That's
does
the
sound
with
really
maple
good.
syrup.
Maple. Oh, that's an interesting twist.
I'll try it. Is it a Canadian thing? Or just a fine dining? I know you have a more sophisticated palate.
No, you just put maple syrup on everything, and then it's always good.
That's
So that's not a worse. That is a less sophisticated palate.
Whatever it is, does it have maple syrup? Yes, delicious. No, not.
I mean, I can attest Canadian maple syrup is
Oh my
way
gosh.
better than US, whatever syrup we concocted. That's not real. I miss it so much. Yeah, we brought some back, as well as like maple whiskey, maple candies, maple teas, maple coffees, maples. We had so many maple stuff like coming back. Yeah.
Do they make maple syrup locally at all in Texas?
Texas syrup.
And in West Virginia, they had some farmers who made maple syrup. It was super good.
If you up
We
here,
do honey.
if you work in an office with 30 more people, you know at least 2 people who make it on their property. So yeah, it's
Right.
everywhere.
I was gonna say no, because we don't have like
Trees.
a lot of trees unless you're in the hill country, like down south.
Yeah.
But we do honey. We're really good at
Oh,
doing
yeah.
honey.
Yeah.
And barbecue. That's really it.
The locally grown barbecue. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, I'm
It
bringing
grows
us
on
back.
trees down here.
No, for
Nice.
real. It's a staple.
We used to have those in elementary school. So Rhode Island has a lot of, maple trees and everything. We'd have to go around there, the taps and the buckets and everything.
Yeah.
Around the fishing pond behind the elementary school.
I gotta say, it's been I've said this before stream started. It's been 25 years since Lego Star Wars has been out. First set came out in 1999.
Oh.
Okay, but this is how much I've gotten built. There we go.
Oh, progress. I like it.
And I'm on bag 3, so.
Yay! Get it. All right, and with the question mark. Okay, we redo that because of the way everything went down. Put that here. All right, gang. So they go back to report to their boss, this and that. Where would the rest of you like to head?
Well,
Did we confirm there's a single cemetery and that the dirt isn't from outside of town?
It could be
Because if you remember, I thought where we went, I don't know if the soil would have been the same, but where we went a while back, there was dead people in the soil, were there not?
Unknown on that one. It could be. It is where the dead and the living overlap, so it could be. Yeah. But you would also know that there's, out of all the things to check out, there's also a cemetery in town. But yeah, that's just outside of town too.
We could check out the Bull Cemetery first and see if there's anything strange.
Yeah. Let's I mean, could that be where he's getting his stone cursed? A lot of graveyard soil.
I thought some of the stone curse were alive still.
Technically alive, yeah, because you have to be petrified in order to become a stone curse. And when you're petrified, you're still alive. You're just trapped. You lose consciousness, but you're alive and you'll be unpetrified down the line. Unless something breaks. However, there's petrified people that get buried in the cemetery too, because not everyone knows that. They can depetrify. That's some, obviously some more advanced alchemy.
All right, let's trundle on.
Okay, so it sounds like you're heading to the cemetery in town first to check that one out, since it's closer. Okay. All right. Well, off you go through town. Still just a dusting, a light flurry of snow in the air. Time has been passing with each stop. A couple of hours here, a couple of hours there. As you wrap up and begin heading over to the cemetery, it's probably 5:30 or so in the 5:36. So it's just getting almost dark. Twilight hour for winter. Um, and as you approach the cemetery, you hear. Let's see. You're approaching the outside. The gates are open as they typically are. Make a perception check, I guess, as you're sort of walking through, because I don't want to assume everyone's like walking right in. But I'll just have everyone make a perception check. And reserve. Let me know once you got what you've got.
10.
Okay. Ash.
Sorry, there's an 18.
Okay. Ignatius.
18.
Okay, nice. Shar.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Catherine.
12.
Oh, all right, and Chloe.
Oh, you're muted, I think.
I was.
Hmm.
That was a 14, I said.
14. Okay, thanks. All
Sorry.
right. No, it's all right. Yeah, you can hear sounds not of a fight or a scuffle, but you hear some people kind of shouting a little further in the cemetery. Not in panic per se, but maybe a little bit of panic in their voices. But not fear kind of panic. You want to push in and see what's going on, or stealth in, or how would you like to approach if you were approaching?
Chloe would stealth approach.
Okay,
Try
good.
not to be heard or seen.
Nice. Good. Make that stealth check, Chloe.
And also, while I roll, I forgot to mention all this time, Chloe is in male form. I forgot to mention that at the very beginning.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I don't stealth. But here. Oh, that's a 7. I rolled a 2.
No.
My first low roll. Anyway.
Crunchy snow here. It's hard to be like quiet. Walk through. All right. How would everyone like to approach?
I'll fly up.
Yeah.
Same.
High up.
Okay.
I shall be on a broom. Trying
Alright.
to be stealthy.
Ignatius will be like 20 feet behind the flying group.
Okay.
Well, Ash is flying, but Ash is also staying towards the back of the people advancing.
Nice.
Okay. Flying Overwatch.
Chloe, you're kind of stealthily walking with Ignatius and Ash, or trying to. And then Grisura, how would you like to approach? Flying crew sort of up ahead, but up higher. Everyone else keeping back.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep back, but with the bow out.
Nice. Okay. All right. You all round a few, some of these rolling hills here in the cemetery, and it's a good like 30-40 second walk to get around the hill and see what the first thing is. There's some graves dug up left and right around the corner. Further in, as you're seeing like a good line into the cemetery now, a good bit of heavy destruction. And the people that you hear yelling are workers that are yelling to one another to try and figure out, let's get this back in order. Let's get this, we got to get, getting the caskets back, getting everything kind of put back, or trying to. They still seem to be in the early phases of recovering from whatever happened. but no signs of any golems or monsters or people other than the workers. So far, they all have kind of jumpsuits, you know.
Um,
Yeah, Ignatius will approach.
Okay. Oh, she's. I'm sorry. Jumpy. Oh, hi, what? I don't know how to explain. What can I do for you?
We were led here by basically a hunch that something afoot is going on with the recent troubles that the city's been having with attacks and such. And one of the leads that led us to investigate here, and we
Oh,
see these guys are having problems. What's going on?
well, straight out of a nightmare. Several of us were attacked by well, I believe they're called corpse golems. Um, it was one. It was just one. I've never seen one before, but it had a. You know, it's something you hear of in nightmares, right? Giant golem has these big spikes, and it just collects bodies, corpses.
What?
Yeah, I genuinely thought it was just a terrible, scary story time thing. But one, I mean, I'd say attacked us, but it didn't seem to care about us as much as it cared about, well, gestures at all the dug up graves and open caskets. Came out of the catacombs. Um, haven't been down there yet. I'm probably not going to go down there. We were going to just call the guards. So you all look like adventurers. So wait, you said you kind of followed a lead here.
Yes, we're doing some investigative work, and he sort of straightens his back and puffs up his little bit.
Nice. Oh,
Investigative work for the governor, and
well, thank goodness, because we're kind of dreading having to report this. I mean, we did our best. We did our best to stop that
I'm sure
thing.
you're not outfitted to do this.
No, it knocked a few of us silly with one backhand. One backhand. All right. Listen. Tell me what you need. The place is yours. You have free run of the place if you're investigating. Thing came out of the catacombs. And kind of gestures back behind the main building that's off to the side there. And you see like a big entrance and raised hills kind of cut in the side. That's the catacombs. Really large open doors. Um, I mean, I saw it after Jerry screamed. I ran over. The thing batting us around like flies. Seemed to just go for as many of these, and not all the graves. I don't know. It was weird. It was digging up a bunch of graves and it was collecting something from some of them, but not others. So that might be a thing to. I don't know. Do we still need to contact the governor, or will you all like let the governor know what happened? Like, should we get some guards down and stuff in case that thing comes back, or are you all gonna
I mean,
send
do
them?
you have bodies that are still here, or did it take all of them?
Oh no, no. I mean, technically, I think it left most of the bodies. It was. I don't know what it took from some of them. Others it just bashed open, seemed to look at, and then just move on like it didn't have what it wanted.
So it was going after something specific.
Yeah, just some of the maybe like a third or a quarter of the caskets that seemed to like had this hand that was sort of amorphous. It would shift, like a bubbling clay, and it just kind of put its hand over and then pulled its hand out and seemed to drop the casket and move on to the next. I don't know what it wanted in the catacomb, or that's I mean that's where it came from. It's locked up all night. We just kind of we don't really have to go down there that frequently. We unlocked it this evening because, before night we go through, we do a cleaning, make sure. I mean, sometimes kids sneak in. There's other things that, we just want to make sure everyone's safe and no one's down there at night. And that, got Jerry and got the rest of us as we heard poor Jerry scream.
Did you see where it left to? It
Yeah.
came from the catacombs. Where did it go?
Well, the last place that I saw it head off was it continued rounding, and it kind of points down. Catacombs are on the right, past this big building, and the cemetery kind of navigates with a little bit of a back and forth as far as you can see towards some gates in the distance. Went over towards the eastern gate.
Gotcha.
Boss said disengage, and we're just gonna call it in at one point when it batted us around like some little dolls.
Sure. Could you show us a body or two that it took stuff from?
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. So it might be a little gruesome. I haven't looked, but they are, some are more cadaver than skeleton. So just prepare yourselves. If you're not accustomed to that. Right. Well, right this way, and brings you over. Here's one that he left. That one they left. This one over here. This is one of the ones that they took some stuff from. And points out a few others.
Ash
Sorry.
will.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Ignatius.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
said if he points out the one he took something from, yeah,
Yeah.
Ignatius would motion to let's go look at this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But make an investigation check. Is separately or together, either way.
I'll give Ash assistance.
Okay.
Do you have any pluses in investigation?
2.
Ignatius? Oh, I'll give you assistance.
Okay.
Nice.
Mm.
Just while they're doing that roll, is anyone else doing anything or looking at any of the other ones, or just kind of waiting to see what they find?
Chloe would let Ash know that they're just gonna stay outside while the rest look for bodies, just to not trigger any anxiety. So
No.
yeah.
Stay back. All right, Ignatius, what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Nice. Okay. You quickly recognize that the body from which it drew something is much fresher than the other ones. It's decomposed, or it should be here, the decomposition. You can tell it's newer based on the quality of clothing, yet to tether or fade or anything like that, versus the other caskets that are older. So basically, this one was probably a little soupy from, versus the other. I'm so sorry, versus the others that were more skeletonized and long since, had all that eaten up. And as you look through some more, you see the same thing repeatedly. Dry skeletons left alone, soupy ones no longer soupy. They should be right now, but they're not. Those are the ones that they seem to.
Going for the fresh ones, it seems.
Whether that, what that could be used for, you're not sure if it has anything to do with alchemy. Kethri might have an idea, but or what else it might be used for. Nothing really springs to mind.
What kind of Ignatius were probably saying that they're fresher. He would probably pull out his dagger and sort of like and point out to Ash, and he's just going to sort of as rudimentary as he can, I guess, see if there's a commonality of is there anything missing from these anything standing out that's missing from these corpses, organs.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, all of the soup is missing. Normally they at this, so you can tell by their clothes they're like a couple of months in the ground. at that point, it should be a bowl of soup in here, but there's no soup. And so it's like, okay, they're new, they should be soupy, but that thing must have taken the soup. It was their
When you say
decomposed,
Yeah,
their
soup, like, do
decomposing
you
body.
mean so like the whole body, like they've taken the skin, organs, if there were anything left?
Yeah, there's kind of like skeletons left with a little bit of maybe bits of connective tissue here and there, just bones kind of laying in a pile with a little bit of you know like when you can't clean a bowl of soup all the way out, it's got some on the edges. Like that's what's on the bones. I'm just gonna come back to the soup again. I'm so sorry.
See, all right,
Do we
go ahead.
do we have any? This is more Stephanie asking. Well, I guess Ash could ask. Do any of you know anything about necromancy or anything? You don't have any necromancy. Both. Okay.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Ignatius, knowing that Petrie's doing the alchemical stuff and the herbalist stuff, would probably point out about the corpses and saying, it seems like they're missing the viscera, the flesh, whatever flesh would be left from these corpses has been taken. Any uses you can think of, or
Plenty, Guthrie. It's a little gross and usually not done from humanoids, but good old liquefied entrails and body bits. Pretty good if you dilute them. You cook them up and dilute them down. You can get some potent base work there.
Yeah, it's really gross.
yikes.
And not something I partake in because ew. And I like to eat soup, not look at whatever the fuck this is.
As Ignatius sort of like with the dagger sort of like folds what's left of clothing and stuff back over the corpses, it'll be like I'll be skipping chili night at the Fox for a couple weeks.
Oh my goodness. Nice.
I guess
You know.
I think
Go
we
into
just,
the catacombs?
I suppose.
You're not. Well, I
Came
mean,
out of there. I mean,
I guess it came out great. We could go in and just see. Uh,
Or maybe give somebody a heads up.
sure. For whatever. It might be helpful to see if there's anything anything in particular it took from the catacombs, but I'm assuming that it just took more bodies. Or that's where it came from. Excuse me. Is there? Do the catacombs connect to anything like the university?
No. They're their own thing. Well, self-contained. Really, it's just the one exit and entrance too. This one, back that way that we locked.
Has anyone went into the catacombs since it came out, or have you not had
Just
time?
Jerry. If you got only a footstep in.
Oh, right,
Mm.
Jerry.
Oh, Jerry.
Like this thing walked away like, 15 minutes, 10 minutes maybe before you got here. We're just recovering.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Understandable. I was gonna offer to heal something, but I don't have. Whoops, I didn't mean. But I don't have anything that heals. So. Okay. Do you have anyone particularly hurt?
I think Jerry's foot's broken. I don't know if you're Are you a healing type? Jerry's
Yeah,
over
have
there in
I?
front of the points to Jerry. He's like, no, he's in like severe pain. He definitely has broken foot.
Maybe we can talk to Jerry.
Sure. Let's find out what Jerry has to say.
Oh, bring it over. Brings you over to Jerry. Oh, are you the
Jerry, you're
healer?
doing a good job. You're doing so good. Dan, would I know if a healing potion would help this?
Yeah, regular healing potion will probably mend up that bone pretty nice, as long as it's aligned. Gotta make sure it's aligned before you drink that potion. Misaligned.
I
It'll
don't
heal that
know
way.
much. Ash will turn to the rest of it. I don't know much about certain bones and things. Anyone here can? I mean, I do have.
I could try.
Would lesser restoration?
No one told me it would hurt this much.
Easy.
Would lesser
No.
restoration fix this, Dan? Better than a healing potion?
Healing potion will. You just again want a little medicine check or something to line those bones.
I could try setting it.
Okay.
Are you sure? Looks up at
I'd like to argue advantage given her background.
Yeah, because you learned some of this specifically. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
You can trust her.
The
She's
other
the best.
giant healing. Okay,
Hi.
whatever. It can't hurt more than
It's
this.
okay. Listen,
Oh my god, I
focus
rolled
on.
2 fucking 2s.
Oh,
Are you fucking shitting my dick right now?
She's
I am
really low
talking
for
her
you,
up.
so let me know what your modifier is. You need like a 5.
It's a 4. Lily!
You know what?
Jesus Christ.
No.
2 2s?
Okay,
hear
I
this
trust
now?
you.
I'm going to
If someone wants to
inspire
assist,
Shar.
you can just assist if you want. You've got some of that
I do.
thing too.
A little. Yes, I do.
It's a really low
I
DC.
do.
I'm not gonna have you break poor.
I'll help
If
you.
you're helping too, that's plenty. Okay. They lean
Stay
back.
still.
Okay, I'm a move.
Bite on it. Bite on this, and she'll hand like a stick
Nice.
or something because
Okay.
she was thinking about a hook. But she's Anyway, she's doing this. She's doing this all with like her weapon still in her hand, but she's like finagling it, and we're fine.
Alright.
Okay. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Think about a time and like tries to set it right there.
Oh, no potion! Give me the potion!
Okay.
You give him the potion, Ash, after they said
Yes, Ash will feed one of
Sweet
her
Mary,
potions.
Liz is boiling back out a little. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Bowles. Oh, that's better. Okay.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm sure I won't need that potion later. It's
I
okay.
appreciate that. It was very generous of you. Oh. Oh, that's better.
Jerry,
Yeah.
could you tell us what you saw? What happened?
A giant leg. A giant
Giant
leg. Yeah. No, I went to unlock the door. I thought I heard something, but it's usually just some teens down here. They manage the lock, pick the lock, and they get in there, and it was a little morbid. Sometimes it's a little test of courage. Other times it's for a little privacy. I was not expecting a giant golem to step out. Crushed. Well, I mean, you saw it. It crushed my foot. Anyway, on its way out, I tried to leap out of the way. Really, I saw that. It crushed my foot, and then it swatted me. I went flying about 20 feet or so, and then started yelling, and seemed like it was out here digging up, those graves and stuff. This is not the usual occurrence. I don't understand what's going on at all. But that's what I saw.
It is weird that it got into the catacombs when there's no other way in.
Right. Right. We keep this thing locked up at night. We just usually are just in here checking unless we're preparing, if someone's getting laid to rest there. But it's not super frequent. I would say it's been at least a week and a half since the last time we actually prepared a place down here and laid someone to rest. But we check it every night. And didn't notice anything. It was me yesterday evening checking. We do a full sweep. So at least yesterday evening there was nothing in there. I mean, a lot of the areas are small in there too. For that thing to fit, it's really just the main stretch, and there's like 3 really big chambers. The only place it'll fit in there anyway. I don't know.
Well, you did a great job. I'm glad that you're alive.
Well, thanks to you all.
Hang in there. She'll give him like a weird, awkward, like hit on the shoulder.
Yo.
And turn to the group. Oh, so yeah, I'm just confused as to how it appeared in the catacombs if there's no other way in. But I guess it doesn't really matter how it got there. We pretty much know where it came from.
You're a magic person. There's how many different magical ways of transportation?
Sure.
You can do it on yourself. Why not a golem?
We also know there's some caverns underneath the city. Maybe they hook up.
Yeah. What should we do now?
I feel like the governor should be informed. Since the threat is real and they didn't really know exactly what the threat was, at least now we know what the threat is.
I do.
There's also sorry, go ahead. Just to throw in, you're right next to the catacombs where this thing came from, and you haven't looked to see if there's any clues there. So you don't have to. But I'll just put that out there to the scene set.
Yeah.
Let's give it a quick look, but not. I mean, getting back to the governor is important. I think we've been one step behind on this. We need to.
It's probably worth asking because I think it was 10:30 when we left. Benevolence's presence. What time is it now? Like, is it getting late enough in the day that like we're in danger of just hunting for clues all day and then missing our mark, or is it like noon and like we've got lots of time?
It's the twilight hours, maybe 5 to 6. There's probably, I mean, you've got basically till like midnight. The threat was for midnight.
Oh, okay.
So you do have time to continue, there's still some room, but 6 hours instead of 12. I guess you're maybe halfway through the time. All right, so can anyone cast sending, or do you want to just grab a guard? Benevolent said grab a guard if you can't cast anything, and they'll get the word back.
Ash can't cast sending.
Time to grab a guard.
Okay. All right, wave down. Some of the other people have been waving guards in too, so you get connected to someone higher up the chain here. Like, oh, of course. All right, let me just write everything down that you gets all the info from you. Okay, I'll go to the local guardhouse and they'll cast sending over to the governor. I'll update her and everything.
give this catacomb a look.
Over catacombs.
Head in. They've got I mean, as the doors are swung, kind of bashed open. You head in. It's there are a number of torches that adorn either side. They're just not lit currently. So it's up to you if you're anyone that can't see, if you want to do light spell, if anyone has thaumaturgy, wants to bamf the torches on, there are torches there.
Yeah, Ignatius would just ask out loud, how's everyone seeing? All right. You know what?
Yeah.
Since we've been told, it left here, as we progress into the catacombs, Ignatius is just going to reach up with his hands and just light the torches as it goes by.
Nice.
Actually, Grizuria will carry one just in case. I mean, it's not like I need my weapon. So
Right.
Okay.
Hold on 1 minute. I'll just like rub his fingers over the torch.
Nice.
Really quick, Dan.
Yeah.
In the city, where are we in relation to the river and the ocean?
Let's see. The ocean, it's just a river that kind of cuts through. The ocean's it's like a week and change off, or a couple
Okay.
weeks. But there's a river that bisects the city. You're off in the very eastern portion, so you're probably like 30, 40 minute, walk back to the center of the city where the river is.
Good.
You're off to the
Smart.
east.
Smart city planners.
Yeah.
Always built near a river.
Still, even still, Eris is still gonna keep her ear out for any sort of sign of any sort of water.
Okay. Excellent. Careful attention for that. All right, so torches are getting lit. Grizuria, you're carrying one as well. You navigate through. Go ahead and make anyone that wants to investigate this space, go ahead and make an investigation roll, and I'll go around and check. As many of you that want to are welcome to for this. And I'll check. Grizuria, do you want to do one, or Grizuria is just sort of
7.
okay? Ash, oh, it's such a sour face. Is not a good roll.
Investigation,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
A 3.
Okay. Ignatius?
Ignatius is a little distracted by something, and he rolled a 6.
Oh no. Shar?
5.
Oh,
Oh,
my
my
stars.
Really?
Okay, is Kethri maybe stepped away, I think, to do the thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Eris?
9.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and Chloe?
Well, I said that I stepped up, but after a while, Chloe would have gotten bored and joined with the rest of the group, looking at unease
Okay.
and anxious about being in
Yeah.
a catacomb.
Mm.
You said investigation or?
Please, yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. 11. I rolled a 7, everyone. So
Definitely tripping over a body.
Yeah, but you finally have double digits.
Yeah, we've achieved.
I've had double
Double
digits except for once tonight, so I think that's a high achievement for myself.
Okay. Kethri,
But anyway.
All right. Everyone's, thoroughly, trying to look around, look here, look there. But Chloe, the first thing that you notice is scuffing on the ground where something relatively small became relatively big. Something that you can see, like this dirt is pushed from the center small area out to like a 6.5 foot wide kind of drum that putting 2 and 2 together, probably an enlarged golem, something that was shrunk down, brought to its regular size here.
Okay, I was gonna ask would Chloe know it is a golem, not knowing any history. Okay, cool.
Pretty confident, yeah. That's the first thing. If you want to share any of that, and I've got some other things after.
Whoever's near Chloe, I would point that out. Probably Ignatius.
Okay. I take a look at. Oh yeah. this is not good. It was brought here. Who brought it here? Or was it teleported here? I don't know.
I think mostly somebody brought it in from how it was small and then shrunk into the giant size.
Could be. Let's see. Oh God, can I look around and see if, I mean, for normal footprints, obviously
We can
not ours.
survival check with that. Yeah.
Yeah, like just to determine if it was brought in or did it just sort of pop where it showed up. Much better. 23.
Okay. Let me split up a little info here then.
Okay.
So the other thing that you would have noticed, just to backtrack to that, are scrapings along the wall. You see these big, in different areas, sort of where these cutouts are, for the coffins and stuff. But like on the outer wall, there's just scraping. You'll see that. And
Would it?
Good.
Go ahead.
If you got a follow up, go for it.
Okay. I don't want to step on any toes. Were there any coffins where the scrapings were, or?
They didn't scrape into the coffins, but on the outer wall, there are coffins set into the wall. But on the outer wall, before that, is where all the scraping is.
So no damage to the coffins.
Correct.
Okay. I would also allay that information to Ignatius. So.
Okay. In that case, like Ignatius, having been in a lot of places like this, you notice what was scraped away is lost my place here. Yikes. Catacomb weeping moss. It's just a sort of natural moss that grows in places like this. Well, Catherine's not here at the moment. They're there, and if you point that out, we'll also say there's another really potent alchemical ingredient.
Yeah.
And for you, Ignatius, as well, with that really high survival check, you kind of backtrack your footsteps. You're counting everyone. You kind of know, and it's part of your survival stuff. You're like, okay, I know whose gate that is. Who's that? There is indeed a single additional recent. In the past 12 hours, 14 hours, footsteps, pair of footprints that comes in here, kind of off to the side where this thing, but it doesn't leave. It just stops at one point and disappears. But because you're paying such careful attention, you do notice something shiny on the ground in the area where that disappears.
All right. I will point this out to the others and give them the explanation. Something came in. I see footsteps coming in, but they didn't leave. The footsteps don't lead back out. And hold on, there's something here, and I'll pick it up and give it a good look.
Okay. This is sort of a metallic pin, but not one worn on clothing. You've seen these somewhere, and it takes you a moment to process because it's not something you've seen a lot. This is a pin that is assembled into finely crafted weaponry. You were in a shop. In fact, I think it was Destrian's smithy, the lead smithy there. It was his shop, has this symbol. That's a symbol of his store. And there's just this loose pin. Not attached to a weapon or anything, but having fallen.
I'll show it to the group, especially Eris, since they would be.
Yeah, I pull out my maul. Do I have something similar?
Yeah, yep, matches that little pin, kind of put there for show.
Huh. Well.
bamfed out. They didn't walk out of here.
Well, I think we know who we need to go question next.
Yeah.
We do?
Our
The
blacksmith friend.
weaponsmith.
Eris will, like, very playfully and lightly tap Grisura on the back with her maul.
All right, I'll follow your lead.
You're all right, friend.
Okay. Back across town. That's on the western side of
Yep,
town.
As we're going back,
Mhm.
as we're walking back, Ignatius will lag a little bit with Ash,
Okay.
and reach into his backpack and pull out a healing potion. And he'll say, I feel like such a shit. Here you are, the most vulnerable of our group so far. And you're giving up your healing potions.
You don't have to.
No, I don't. But you didn't have to either.
As the party
Yep.
glass cannon, I will accept the gift.
You have a good heart.
Oh, well, thank you.
Shouldn't go unnoted. And I will give her a healing potion.
No.
Look from your inventory and ask me into.
Yup. Done.
Oh, it's already there. Beautiful. All right, and so travel across town begins.
Warren, did you have something? Or
Oh yeah, what you got?
I think as Grisura's walking, she's gonna go. So the long feet guy, they said he worked at the alchemical shop. He studied at the university. They thought he worked at one point at the Golem Guild. And I thought they said he worked at the blacksmiths as well. Is that not right? I was kind of writing in my notebook, but I thought that's what was said, wasn't it?
Ignatius
Yes.
will check his notes, and I think that concurs, right?
It does. Yep.
Definitely a workaholic.
I think and he studies at the academy. He might have either a potion or the ability to bamf out of there.
Mm-hmm.
If they were a student there as well, though, why break in when they could simply take?
Good point. Well, that's a good point. Damn.
But then I thought at the alchemy shop there was no point to the destruction either because they only stole a few things. It seems the destruction doesn't make sense at any of the places, but it's a common thread, I think. Sorry, just I guess thinking out loud.
Maybe
sometimes I miss little details, but it all fits together in my brain eventually. Sometimes. We should probably flag another guard and pass along the long. Wait, the catch rate. Long foot is a common thread in everything we've seen today.
Okay.
Maybe we should skip the blacksmith and go straight to where this fellow is.
That's the
I mean, we could send the guard there and continue on to the blacksmith, right? Like,
yeah, because we don't know where Longfoot is.
it does seem like we're on a trip. We're on a.
Longfoot.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Lily. I'm sorry.
The blacksmith could give us answers on Longfoot.
All right.
To the blacksmith.
You can continue westward across the river over one of the large stone bridges. And yeah, make your way over finding a guard. and
Oh, that's-
informing. I'll just add that you find a guard and inform. Get that over to the governor. Mm-hmm. Who's got? Is it just Chloe, or was it Chloe? Was it Ash?
Yes.
Okay. Chloe, what you got?
Can I make a history check? Because with the talk of Longfoot, does it have to do with like family history with Long Shadow?
Oh, gotcha. I won't make you do a history check for that. That just seems to be a different.
Darn it.
It's a
So no.
relatively common last name,
Okay.
Longfoot. Yeah.
Never mind. Okay, cool.
Who has the pin right now?
That
Iris?
would be me.
Man.
Nope. Did you hear?
What, did you? Were you saying something to me? Sorry.
Yeah, she
I
said,
said,
"May I?"
Oh yeah, she'll give it over.
I thought you
Sorry.
were dramatically overacting.
No, I had a. Sorry, there was
I've
a
got
cat
it,
trying to come in and out of the room.
The pin's around here somewhere. Yeah.
I've misplaced it.
There's some space work. Yeah.
There's a space where a cat took it.
Nice. So yeah, you have it now, Shah. She puts it in your hand.
I just want it for when we're at the blacksmith.
Oh, okay. So you're not that far off. You finally found a guard. They're off to let the governor know, and you're making your way over to the smithy. As you approach, the door's already ajar, and you hear some groans inside. Some oof groans. You proceed
Berserker
in.
rushes in.
Okay. You hustle in, and you see a couple guards administering aid to Destrian. He's wounded really badly, and receiving treatment from these two guards. Oh, I'm sorry, boss. We're kind of like hanging on to consciousness, but awake, just having trouble focusing.
Eris is gonna kneel beside him. Who did this to you?
You wouldn't know him. It's an old apprentice. Sungris Longfoot's the name. Worked for me for some time back, but was caught stealing. Had to let him go months ago. Came in talking about coming back to work, apologizing. Oh, I turned my bloody back on him, and he got me good. I think stole something. I was like trying to focus his eyes and stuff, and come back to the moment.
Which way did he go? Which way did he go?
But he left the front door. That was looks at the guards. They're like, one of the guards looks over. It was probably all of 8 or 10 minutes ago. It really wasn't. We got here just 5 minutes ago or so, and found him like this. One of them gives him a healing potion that seems to bring him out of that kind of stupor. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I can stand now. Let me see what he stole.
Did he steal a rod?
Let's take a look. I don't have. There's plenty, but they're mostly for shafts. Goes back and looks through some different chests, some other things. Pops open a big cupboard that has locks that are undone. And opens it up. No, he stole a very expensive set of armor and set of weapons intended for a rather wealthy merchant. It's probably my best work. How am I going to explain that to the bloody merchant?
Ash is going to jump on. Is going to well. I think she probably got off her broom. She's going to jump on her broom and go out the front door.
Okay.
And Ash wants to fly up and to just tell the group, "Be right back."
Grisera is going to follow and watch and try and see if, if Ash points in a direction, Grisera will figure out what's going on.
Okay. Nice.
You're welcome to look, but we've seen evidence that they can teleport.
He's
She
a
still goes.
wizard. Yeah, you two fly out to start with. Ash, gonna make a perception check with advantage with the eye in the sky. Listen, I might, if you're looking for him, I might have an idea of where he's going. What'd you get, Ash?
At 15.
15. Okay. No sign of anyone. You don't really know what he looks like, but no sign of anyone running or carrying like bundles of
A
armor.
bunch of armor.
Yeah, or anything like that.
Okay.
And you do a pretty extensive in the next like few minutes because you're pretty fast on the broom. It just takes 2 or 3 minutes.
Mhm.
You get a pretty extensive search range, and they'd
Okay.
probably be empty. He left me for dead. Apparently, he looks at the guard that was healing him. I was gone for about a minute before they managed to bring me back. So probably heavily unconscious, but not dead. But he was going on and on about a new beginning for something. Very felt like he had a manifesto, that type of a talk. But he kept talking about planets aligning, stars and planets aligning, and everything coming together tonight at midnight. And it made me think a lot of you used to spend a great deal of time with a lot of that planetary such in the way of the wizard. Never understood much of what he was speaking about, but down at the astronomer's tower, just over in the southern part of town, he worked there for some time, and I think still does. So I don't know if he's planning something. I don't know. I mean, he's got my best armor now, and set of weapons. So I suppose if you do find him, be careful. He's a wizard, but
Anything special these things can do?
nothing magical. They're finely crafted, and they'll keep him pretty safe. Maybe it's for someone else. I don't know, but he was talking about that like I wasn't gonna see another hour of life. He left me for dead, so I think maybe he let that slip, thinking I was gonna die. But maybe check the astronomer's tower, or can you think of any other place where you'd spend a lot of time at the college as a student? I don't know. I bloody can't think of anything else.
She'll kind of carefully clap his shoulder. Be careful. Get better. And then she'll turn to the others. We're going now. And she's gonna stomp out of there, ready to go, just go into the astronomer's tower, as she is this close to raging.
Right.
I hate
Star's
being
gonna
one
tap
step
her
behind.
shoulder.
Attacks a few innocent civilians on the way. I gotta attack
Oh
something.
no, she's not that terrible.
I've got to stay raging.
She's still chaotic good. No,
Nice.
never mind. She's neutral.
That's right. What's that, Shar?
Shar's gonna grab her shoulder.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
We need to prepare.
How?
We cannot go in there just ourselves. A giant stone golem. This wizard.
If we go any slower, he's gonna get away again.
We just need.
We need the
to
guard
stop
with
and
us,
tell
don't we?
someone.
Well, let's gather him as we go. It's not close.
Marshal
get them-
forces.
Yeah,
Shar's right. If the plan is to destroy the city, then us rushing in with no help, we're not gonna make a difference. The city needs to be notified, and
We
yeah,
should see if they can send word to the astronomer's tower. Have innocents evacuate.
Well, then let's go do it instead of standing here and talking about it.
All right, I would know how long it takes to get to the astronomer's tower. How
It's like
Oh,
20,
that's-
25 minutes from here.
Oh, we got
Mhm.
and it's like 7 o'clock, right? It's not.
Let's see. It was yeah, it was like 6 to 7 at the other place, so it's maybe 7 to 8. We'll say 7:30, and it'll take by 8. You'll be there.
All right, so we have time. That's what Ignatius will say. We know when he needs these stars to be aligned at midnight. So
well,
we
okay.
have
Well, let's back up though. We could be there at 8, but we could probably be there at 8:30 with a legion of guards.
Yes, I think we marshal forces, alert the city, get all this in place, and then charge, and then yeah, go loaded for this person. Find out who really this Longfoot is. I don't think they are a student. I think they've been
Five gold says
masquerading.
is the alchemist.
Yeah, how better to get at things is to masquerade as a student.
I bet it's that Leonard guy. So suspicious.
Nice.
Hmm.
He is everywhere.
He is.
I don't believe so.
Different camps, Team Lennox, team.
Awesome. All right, you all begin heading over. Eris full charge, and everyone's. You're getting guard. You're doing all the things you need to do to get things set and get over there. Ultimately, come 8:30, you're all at the astronomer's tower. You've already got surrounded by dozens of guards. The governor's there to safe distance. And you have sort of a command tent that you find yourselves in with the governor. Talking about, right, well, excellent work, all of you. We're putting in the best course of action. Thankfully, there was no one here in the astronomer's tower at this hour, but apparently they do work here. We've confirmed through visual means that they are indeed, that Sengris Longfoot is inside. What they're doing, we can't quite make out. They've, after visual confirmation, they managed to frost the windows. We don't want to send, try and overwhelm them with numbers, as that might just build up casualties. We don't want to send 30 guards in to explode. We were hoping to send a more direct force. Perhaps you, if you can move stealthily and carefully, you've proven to be bomb resistant, damage resistant. Find your way in, give us the all clear, and we can proceed with different segments of guards to follow you in. We can try and crash through the outside once you've confirmed that they are in there and given them maybe a better idea of what we're looking at. But it's really what you all are comfortable with. We do have some guards that are trained for this, and we can send them instead.
You do plan to send reinforcements and once you get word of what's happening in there.
We're hoping that should you, or whichever team goes in, gives an assessment, then we'll know, okay, we can send 12 in through the windows, we can send 8 in back through the stairs behind you to support. But without
How do we
knowing,
let you know? Sorry. How do we let you know once we're at, say if we go in, how do we let you know that it's
yes, this
what's the situation is?
slide the sending stone over. Contact me through this. It's secure for this mission.
Good idea.
Okay.
Now you can only send one message, and unfortunately, it's limited to 25 words. It's the best we can do. But
Sure.
be as concise as you can.
All right. Do you mind if we huddle? Do you mind if we discuss?
No, the tent is yours. We'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll check in. When they head out, leave the tent for all of you.
Let's
Alright.
go in. I'm of the mind to go in and scout.
I'll hold on to the sending stone unless someone else wants to. I think that is a no.
No, that makes sense. You can probably stay further away than the rest of us, so you're less likely to immediately go down and lose our opportunity to send a message. I think that makes sense.
My concern is that I don't think we're a particularly stealthy group.
I don't know about you, but this guy has pissed me off. I'm ready to go kick his trash.
You're adding to my not stealthy point.
Look at this massive pile of soldiers we got out here. We lost stealth when we got here.
And yet they're still asking us to go in stealthily.
I'm gonna go in.
Wait,
You can wait out here if you're too scared.
Oh, hold on. Ignatius is gonna be like, hold on.
Eris is
before-
pissed.
Before we start, banging heads over this, oh God, this is so stupid,
I love it already.
The stupid ideas are always the greatest ideas.
Until
Sometimes.
it kills all of us.
Sometimes.
Hold on, I'm just checking one thing. Hold on, give me a second.
Maybe it's just flipping through. There's no point. Eris seething in the corner, like borderline rage, borderline.
Like,
I can.
like I'm gonna make a roll to see if she gets to rage or not. Because, uh-oh.
What you got, Ignatius?
If I can scout ahead, I can go in as a rat. Try to be as stealthy as I can.
I'm not necessarily a fan of sending only one of us in either.
Yeah.
And can you use a sending stone as a rat?
That is an excellent question. I don't think. Let me check wild shape. You have no flying speed. You can stay in shape for 1 hour. Dan, I yield to you. I'm trying to think of. I don't think I can talk as a rat, right?
Unfortunately, not. Yeah, you can understand languages that you know as a person, but you can't speak them.
You can squeak.
I can alter what I look like for up to an hour.
I also
The
have
only
my
reason I offer so much resistance is that they've told us they have a trained team specifically to scope them out. If there's no reason for us all to die up there, then I don't see why we should.
That's a good point.
Ignatius will ask the governor, what is your confidence level in this
Okay. You go,
team to go in? Are they going into attack or are they going into a scout?
you call the governor back in. Oh, very well. I feel confident in your team. Our team, while they're good gods and have been trained for this, nothing like this has really come up before. We don't know wizardry. We know alchemy, and the means with which this person is managing magic. We're not really adept with. I don't feel great about the survival odds of the other team. However, they've signed up for it and trained for it and will do their very best. This does not have to rest on your shoulders.
Chloe will
8:45.
Chloe will pipe up and said, "Does anybody have pass without a trace? A spell that could help us be stealthy?"
Passed up on that one.
Not today. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that I like to be optimistic. I think that we can at least, it doesn't mean that we have to charge in and take care of business, but we can try to be as stealthy as we can. I think that we've done an okay job up to now. I don't think there's been any instances where we haven't been extremely stealthy.
You've all done such a wonderful
Lily
job.
would like to point out our rogues 7 in stealth this morning.
Sure, but I think the rest of the group
Respectfully.
did okay.
Thanks, Lo.
Look, man, my dice hate me today. That's like
Sure.
part of my reason for
Now
pursuing
that's
other
just
options.
metagaming.
It's literally metagaming, as I would call it.
I believe you've all done a wonderful job. I do think you're all up to the task. I just don't want you to feel that the responsibility must be on your shoulders, but do I feel that you'd be able to go in and ascertain? I mean, I believe you could go in and subdue Longfoot, Fingris. But you know your capabilities better than I.
Ignatius was. I'm just going to offer. We could, do the sort of thing where I can go ahead as in rat form, and if there's danger, I'll come back. I'm not, and you progress up, bring up the rear, so to speak. So you're right there, but not too close in case something goes amiss.
How big is this tower? How
Yeah, that
far
was my
are
question.
they
Yeah.
asking you to go in by yourself? If it's more than just a few feet, Ignatius, I think that's a little risky.
You're in a tent. There's a perimeter around the actual astronomy tower. The tent's maybe like 40 feet away, and you're in that. And then one of the perimeter has like maybe 25 feet to the entrance. And it's about it's not a huge, maybe four, I guess 4.5 technically stories high. And they seem to be in that topmost up the spirals floor where they've put a haze over the windows and the glass of frost. That sounds like a sound plan to me. I'm just looking for reconnaissance, but again, it's up to all of you.
Anything else if the worry is just sending Ignatius by himself?
Well,
Oh.
I would, yeah. I'm thinking, like, I'll go 20 feet ahead at a time, and then if it's clear, you guys bump up. I'll go the next 20 feet.
Well, with you being a rat, if we can't send a message,
If
that is my only
there's
concern. What I'm trying to get is I would like to go with you, Ignatius, just as a safe measure. And if we need to send a message ASAP, I'll be there with the sending stone.
We'll all go.
yeah,
just
because
let-
we need the stone for the governor.
About 9 o'clock at night now.
And Ignatius was just going to say that. We know one thing for sure. The planets will be in a line at midnight. Our only chance, if he's going to get some untold power from the planets being aligned, we got to get there before that.
All right, then you turn into a rat. You
If I
stay
see
behind.
anything if I see anything that bodes of danger, I'll come back.
We'll be right there.
Yeah. Trying to avoid going in clanking and just making a lot of noise and
I believe in you all.
just get a slight advantage.
All right, I'll be here ready. We'll have everyone on ready to enter once we understand the situation.
Okay.
All right, thank you all.
Let's do this. And I will wild shape into a rat.
Nice. Okay, you turn into a squeaky rat. And you all kind of make your way from the tent up to crunching through the snow up to the perimeter. It's dark now. There's a number of lights in the perimeter of this astronomy tower that are lighting the area. A lot of magic lights from guards and wizards that are just illuminating the space. And lights from within the astronomy tower. You approach the first door. You can squeeze under it if you wish.
Okay. Yep.
And everyone is following you by 20 feet, I think. Was that the mark? Okay. So may I ask everyone to make a stealth check? And Ignatius, you can make yours with advantage because you're a mouse, a rat.
Using the rat stats, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a dex, right? +2.
Dex.
Yep.
Let me know, Grisura, once you get yours.
14.
Nice. Okay. Ash.
13.
Okay. Ignatius. Oh, jeez.
Rolled a 2 and a 1 for a +2, so that would be a 4 total.
Okay. Star.
17.
Okay. Caspi.
I used my inspo, so 14.
Nice. 14. Oh yeah. If anyone has armor that gives disadvantage, be sure you consider that too. Eris.
Also 17.
Nice. Okay. And Chloe.
It's a D6 for the inspo, right?
Yes.
I rolled a total for 17, but plus 3, dirty 20.
Okay.
Stealth.
Alright.
Nice. Nice. All right. All around, pretty stealthy. This is making your way up, and I'm not gonna have you do a bunch of rolls, but because that one's sort of a collective stealth roll, I will let Ignatius make one more. So, like, as you reach the top, the rest of you are in the spiral stairway up to this top door. It's gonna let into the circular dome-like top floor with the it has a like little planetarium. It has a telescope and other stuff up here. Oh, thank you for the raid. It's Cliff Gaming. So Ignatius, you may do one more. It'll be with advantage because you're a rat. Stealth check. If you're attempting to go into the room now,
The final door, right?
the final door.
Okay. I rolled a 19 and a 12 for 21.
Okay. Ooh, thank goodness. All right. So what you see, Ignatius, well, you are not a gonna be a rat here when I share. I will show you what you see. Should be this one. Okay. You see a Lionel type individual. See them here. Little badass of really fine armor they're wearing right now and weaponry. And they
Okay.
are up here at this telescope peering. In this
And
moment, they don't seem to be paying attention.
that is the only person I see in the room?
That's it.
Okay. I will exit the room and make my way 20 feet back down the stairs and drop Wild Shape and give them the info.
Okay. You see, this is where you step back out 20 feet with everyone, you said?
Yes.
Turn around and you let everyone know this is the scene. This is what the top floor looks like. And there is a person just sitting in the moment you peeked. They were looking through a telescope. This
Right.
does fit. You've got the description of this individual. That does fit Longfoot's description.
Okay. He's looking through the telescope. He's waiting. Might be able to get the jump.
Let's go for it. I'm ready to kick in the door.
Yeah.
Everyone ready?
Oops. All right. What would y'all like to do?
You did say that it was there's a spiral staircase, right?
Yeah, you're at the
Yeah,
top of
we're
it.
we're at the top of it, right? Right the door to the
Can
area.
can I make an investigation investigation to make sure the door is not trapped to where
You can make a
like if he's
perception check if you want to check the door for traps to see if you notice any.
sounds good. That's what I'm gonna do. Do. Hoo. Perception. No, 19.
Nice. Okay. No traps. You don't detect any on the door.
Is it locked?
Yeah, that's my second
You
question. Is the
wanna?
door
Who
locked?
wants to give a feel? Okay.
Bean.
So you kind of checked. It feels like it'll push all the way to open. If you push it all the way down, it does not feel locked.
Can I quietly push all the way down to where
you can, but this will be a fresh stealth check for this door because it's the last one leading in.
would it be me or a group?
That would be it's specifically you.
Cool.
I mean, you can all put your hand on it, but it's probably going to be pretty loud that way.
Did we give them? Did we send out the message?
Oh, yeah. Let's do that before.
Oh, right. Ash will get out the sending stone.
Okay. You give an update, Ash. What does it sound like?
Hi.
Don't waste
Person-
a word on time.
Person is alone in the room looking through a telescope. We are heading in. Send reinforcements. Thank you.
You have 5 left if you wanted to use it, but you're good.
All right. So, door does open. What's your stealth check, Chloe, if you're still trying to quietly open the door?
As I mute myself, did not know if you were going to ask. 15.
Okay. It seems to quietly, the handle pushes down quietly, but that's as far as you get, because opening it, is a big visual cue. So you gonna open the door, or
Which way was he facing? Was he facing towards the door?
no? He's facing like perpendicular to it. It's in his periphery, but he's kind of
Okay.
at the moment that Ignatius went in, happened to be looking in the telescope. Which way he's looking now, we don't know.
Really want to bust the door down.
This is why I'm doing the door. So that doesn't.
Okay.
What's up, Ignatius?
I was going to say, as Chloe starts to open the door, at any sign of our friend perking up, I'm going to call in Sparks right on, if he's still looking through the telescope,
Mm-hmm.
right on the telescope, right where his eye meets the telescope.
Nice. That's definitely doable as long as you end up with a surprise round. If they
Okay, all
if
right.
they see the door, it'll be an issue.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
then that,
absolutely. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, Chloe, you got your hand on the door. The door handle's down. What you doing?
Huh?
Go ahead. Yeah. Go.
You haven't opened the door, but the door handle's just pulled down. What you gonna do? You gonna open that door and go in?
I'm gonna quietly open.
Quietly swing
oiled
the
the
door
hinges.
open. Let's see which way he's looking. We'll roll.
Nah.
If
Never
he
mind.
gets below an 8, he'll be looking at you like in this direction. Hey. The door swings open. And the pile of you outside the door, are you all gonna pile in as it opens up?
Eris is busted in.
No,
Eris
I
barges it.
stick my. I meant to say I have my hand.
If he's
out.
looking at us, this is our moment of surprise.
He's looking in the telescope currently still.
No.
But this is gonna last a second.
Delhi, it's you have control of your character. Go ahead, Delhi.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, if you want to go, everyone gets.
I can jump over you.
Yeah,
this is
right,
true.
Eris,
I tried to stop Eris, but
this is what
it's
I
not
made
happening.
for. I'm a barbarian.
You're gonna pay, yeah, Eris.
If she goes in, if Eris goes in, as I feel her go by me.
Surprise round is for, right? This is precisely what we're supposed to do in a surprise round.
You get Sparks.
I'll pop Sparks before she gets within 10 feet of him.
Okay. Instantly. Now you're the only one that'll have surprise because you're the only one that announced. Boom! You get Sparks in as everyone else comes charging in. Ah! Go ahead and give me that.
Wow.
They got to do a dex save, right?
Sparks.
17 for their dex if it's dex.
All right, I think they take half.
Okay.
Let me just verify. Wild shape. Wild spirit. Yes. Within 10 feet, dex saving throw, or if he makes it's a dex saving throw, he takes no damage.
Oh, barely pulls out, singeing the Lionel hair on his mane, and turns around to see Eris. So I'm gonna we'll give Eris some like in the room space next week when we come back because I think that's when we'll wrap.
I'm gonna be gone next week. I'm sad.
Oh no. Whee! Well, players, thank you all so much. Amazing detective work tonight. Following the trail. And thanks for staying up a little late to have this initial engagement here. Viewers, thank you for hanging out. Skywalker, Flavor Nia, thank you for the raid, by the way. It's Cliff Gaming. That was super kind. I hope you've been well. Yeah,
They have
and thank
amazing
you.
shows. Go follow them.
Nice, yeah. All right, and with that, I'm gonna see if we've got one of our friends we can go raid over to. But gosh, if you had fun tonight, consider giving us a follow. We have a good bit of D&D across the week now, and you can be alerted when we go live and catch more of this fun action. But for tonight, at the very, very least, you have been watching Provenance. This is our newest campaign. It was episode 6 today. Lots of high fantasy, high drama, lots of really fun and juicy stuff. So we hope to at least catch you next month. We stream it, every Friday, 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern. We hope to get you next Friday and see how things go. It's gonna be fun. I love this little setup here. And yeah, we're gonna go raid our friends over at Long Lost Lore. Consider giving a call Mad Bird raid in their chat. And we'll catch you all soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.